Welcome to the THEADUSHOW. If you are watching or streaming this episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I have an incredible show for you guys today. Today, I have one of my favorite people who I have actually, he doesn't even know this, but I'm telling him right now. He has been in my book, written down to come on the show for the past year, and this is kind of like for me. And I'm excited that he's here. He has never been on the show. However, I'm just so excited that he's here. He never comes back.
I'm very excited too.
Literally, he's here. He's guest co-hosting the entire show. Help me welcome Azrael. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Thank you for helping me out, bro. What's up, man? What's up?
Much.
How you doing? How was your day, bro? I know you. First of all, you do a lot. You do too much, and that's why you just you never answer your phone. No, I'm fine.
No facts.
No,
though.
but
For real, though.
but you really do a lot. And actually, I just want to say you literally do so much. You tour, you perform, you're always in the car. You're always giving word of advice. That you're always just doing something. There's always something that you're doing. You're never sitting down. Like, when do you ever sit?
I don't.
That's the
I
problem.
usually don't. Like
No,
when
playing.
I'm.
That's good.
Like if I'm not at work, I'm working. On my days off, I'll be in the studio. Like I'm an engineer and a producer. Like we be going to events. We've been traveling. Like we've had a show almost every weekend since
Really?
our group formed, and it's just been. We have like 2 more events coming, 3 more events coming this winter actually.
Really?
Yeah.
You can talk about it a little bit.
All
more.
right. So
We got time.
So the first event, a brother of mine, Drizzy Dre Thompson, is putting on. It's called it's Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So
Now define that term.
so like you've heard of dank, right? The devil's lettuce.
No.
Sticky. You ever heard of that Mary Jane? The Mary Jane.
Not a clue.
Weed.
Not a clue.
Jesus.
I'm telling you.
You're bluffing.
No,
marijuana.
No. I've heard of weed.
Yeah.
No, but I've heard of weed. I thought you were talking about that was a song.
No, it's that. No, yo, it's that. No, yo, that's an old song, but it was
okay.
based off of weed, though. But his event.
Well, I know that stuff. Well, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much Thanksgiving with weed. And a ton of performers. It's pretty lit.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing. I actually have a friend of mine. He grows his own. He's probably gonna swing through. Bless everybody. Everyone gonna get right.
Mind you, a little backstory. I've known him since
Young.
8, 7,
Yeah.
6, 5 years
Very
old.
young.
I don't even know what. Like, hold up. It has to be 5 years old. Like,
Probably.
I had to be 5 years old because I'm 19 now. I turned 20 in a month. Yeah.
How old were you in the 2nd grade?
Whoa.
No, I'm asking. Like, how old? Like, how old is a 2nd grader?
7, 8.
All right, so 7, 8. I moved here 2nd grade, 7, 8. I knew Boris and Nigel, so you were probably. And you said you're how old right now?
19. So I'm a 2002 kid.
Jesus, 4 years. So I probably knew you since you were about like 4 or 5. Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
Bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's crazy though.
Bro.
It's not that large of an age gap.
I know, but
that's
still,
crazy.
like,
it's still crazy.
Still, it's but the funny
I remember
part.
when Asada
I
came out.
I know.
That was wild.
No. I remember. I have a visual memory of us going outside, and he's in my mom's arms, and I don't know what we were doing, but we were all saying bye, Asada, and we kept coming down the stairs, and he's like 2. I don't even think he remembers. It's just like this has to be if this has to be 2009. This is when I heard about the Wii.
That definitely was back in the Wii days.
That
We
was-
played Smash Bros.
But man, I'm excited that you're here, man. I know, like, I understand everything that you do. It takes a lot of your energy and a lot of your time, and you just, I feel like you're just very positive. Like you I feel no, I feel like you are. I really feel like whenever I see you or whenever I come in, you look like you just around. You're just present.
I am present. I'm not very positive, but
Really?
I'm very present.
Well,
Yes,
you give
when it
off
comes to show day,
you give off a wrong impression.
yeah, yeah, totally. Show day. Avery can tell you I am a. Like you ask me one dumb question, I'm just like I'm gonna give you a dumb answer. Like we just pull up to the venue, you feel me? And you're like, hey bro, blah blah blah, question. I'm be like, bro, I just got here too. We both pulled up at the same damn time.
Oh man. Well,
That should be blowing me sometimes. But,
hey, it's real.
I
It's
be
real.
trying to just not be mean, but
You're a performer, so you got to get into your zone. I made a mistake. Well, I didn't make. I kind of made a mistake in calling somebody. I didn't know, but literally backstage, getting ready to go on stage, and I called him, just to check up on him. And he said, "Yo, I'm about to go on stage." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, I'll call you back." I'll call you back. They're right in the middle of something, and then he started to he really started to just pour into me, encourage me, inspire me while he's in his zone. And he's like, "I hear you, buddy, but I gotta work." You feel me? I gotta do this. So it's crazy, man. But are you ready to get some topics for today? I know we got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened in these past weeks. Oh man, so much. All right. So Cartoon Network, man. I wasn't really big on Cartoon Network, but when I heard about this really got to me. So Complex on Instagram posted this. 1992 to 2022. Yes. RIP Cartoon Network Studios. Thank you for the memories. They thought they were dead. They thought they were going off TV. I'm like, bro.
Common misconception.
I don't think if you don't know the actual facts, don't say nothing. But
yeah.
But then on Twitter, Cartoon Network said, "Y'all, we're not dead. We're just turning 30. To our fans, we're not going anywhere. We have been and will always be your home for beloved, innovative cartoons. More to come soon."
Yeah.
And I am so excited for Cartoon Network because I never was really into Cartoon Network, but I have seen the amount of fans that are too crazy about these shows that I just never could really get into, but I could see the greater impact because people were just going crazy like, Cartoon Network is going off TV. I'm like, they look, yo. I'm gonna tell you something. I always viewed them as like an internet thing. I never like thought about it. Like I knew they were a network, and I did watch some of the shows. And actually, of course, like Boris and Nigel put me on to that.
I used to love Cartoon Network.
I never was like, oh my gosh, I need to watch like the regular show, the certain like stuff.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, like this whole thing, the moment I saw it, I immediately said, let me go do some research. Because I was like, I could have sworn that Cartoon Network was already owned by Warner Brothers. Like, I was playing a game called Multiverses, and they had Cartoon Network, like, characters on there, and it's a game owned by Warner Brothers, you feel me? Like, so I was like, that didn't make any sense. And then I just did some basic research, and it was just like they were always owned by Warner Brothers. They're just not a standalone studio anymore. Like, they're just being, you feel me, like inducted more so into the daily dealings of Warner Brothers. You feel me? Like, it's not their own thing, but still working for them. Like, now it's like we're all working for them.
I'm gonna fix his mic because we never had this problem. I got like 11 mics. I'm gonna take a commercial break, and because that's never happened.
Commercial break.
However, let's take a commercial break. You know how
commercial break.
I guess that's how we doing it. Welcome back to the THEADUSHOW. this past Monday, I think it was this past Monday. Yeah, this past Monday, October 24th. Hopefully this episode comes out sooner or later. Uh, Leslie Jordan. We heard about. I had heard about Leslie Jordan. He just passed away. He was driving in Hollywood on Monday morning, and he had an accident and suffered some sort of medical emergency. And that was the first thing I heard from Variety, and then I started hearing from other sources that he was on his way to set for Call Me Cat, and so unfortunate he died at 67, according to Variety, and of course according to other sources. And I could tell he was like really influential in the entertainment industry, as an actor, as a influencer, as a writer. He wrote a
Right.
lot. He was really cool. It's so sad to hear that he's gone, because I think I was watching Good Morning America, and they were talking about how during COVID he was just uplifting people, just making people feel great during that hard time at the height of it. And it's just so crazy now that he's just gone. I could tell he had a big influence on the entertainment game, and he was cool, man. Heart goes out for him.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Leslie.
Yeah, man. All right, next one. Well, in a recent episode of Drink Champs that has since been deleted, artist Kanye West claims that Adidas, the company that produces his Yeezy sneaker line, won't drop him regardless of his anti-Semitic statements. After placing their partnership with Yeezy under review in early October, Adidas has finally called it quits with Kanye West. And Adidas following up in a statement saying, Adidas does not tolerate I'm going to say this wrong, but anti-Semitic statements and any other sort of hate speech.
Right.
Huh? I said it right? No, it says anti-Semitism. I said it right?
Anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitism? I said it right.
Anti-Semitism. Yes.
Anti-Semitism?
That.
All right.
That.
His
I
recent
know Nazi.
Kanye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. After a thorough review, the company has taken the decision to terminate the partnership with Kanye immediately and production of Yeezy branded products and stop all payments to Kanye and his companies. Adidas will stop the Adidas Yeezy business with immediate effect. Bro, and you know what's so crazy about this? Let me tell you something. Two people, when I was having a conversation about this show, they said, well, Adidas really didn't want to drop Kanye.
They didn't.
Because,
but what can you do?
And even here, it'll hurt them. And it says right here, the company's announcement follows mounting public pressure to end the Yeezy line, which accounts for 10% of Adidas business. However, I feel like more than just what this says about accounting for 10% of Adidas business, this is really gonna hurt Adidas. But people were tagging Adidas saying, aren't you gonna do something? But I would have been, let me tell you, so I ain't gonna lie, I would have done the same thing. I would have hesitated because the money's good.
So I was just,
I'm not for his hate speech, but the money is good.
No, pause. I'm sorry, because I was just on my phone because I wanted like to see into again check what he said.
Okay.
Because as far as I heard, there was no hate speech. I mean, unless like you heard what he said.
I did.
Do you have it?
No, I did hear what he said,
right.
But the article says something else.
And that's my point. It was like, bro, Kanye pointed out how Jewish people have a lot of power, and they said, no, we don't have a lot of power. Blackball them from everything. Cut them out of everything. You have the power. You literally just showed us that you have this power. Like Plies was just, and I was just talking about this on my live. Plies, I'm the old rapper. He was saying that he submitted a song to his label, you feel me, and he had once in there, his label requested him to take that out. They have never asked him to take out the 30 billion. Never done any of that, you feel me? And it's like Kanye also pointed out, that the original Hebrew people, they are not them. Like geographically,
Take your time.
Geographically, that is also true. Because like the Hebrew people are like descendants of Africa who migrated to the Middle East. Since when did you fly over to the Middle East and see white people?
Well, let me say this. I just want to say this, and you can say whatever's on your mind.
Yeah.
However, I just want to say when it comes to facts and just please do your research, because I was hearing a lot of things, and honestly, before I even prepared for this to be on the show, I immediately was hearing Kanye is this and Kanye is that, and I've been hearing Kanye is this and that for the entire year. A lot of people don't get him. I'm not siding for Kanye, but I can say from even somebody like me, a lot of people don't understand what I am saying and what I'm trying to actually convey and what I mean. So when he says something like this, and it comes out and like this, people are like, "Oh, Kanye is this and that," and I'm like, "Well, why don't you talk to?" Well,
see, low key,
and go in more in depth, because I don't think he said everything he needed to say to actually what is the word, to describe exactly what he meant, because I don't think I'm not siding with Kanye, but I just want to know what he meant.
So my
because
thing
there's too many voices right now, and I don't know even what to believe.
So my thing is, Kanye said what he said. He always says, exactly what he says. People get too emotional. Like the example that I was using when Kanye said that slavery was a choice. People got mad at Kanye for saying that before they even tried to understand what he's saying. Like, he was saying that every day that we choose to be oppressed and not fight or die fighting, we have chosen, you feel me, to be in the position of slavery. And although, you feel me, that's hard to hear, it's like you have to accept the reality of it. You feel me? Like, we had ancestors who, like Haitians, you feel me? Haitians fought and they took their country back. Black people, we had, some people who fought. We had some people who died. We had some people who made it away. We got some people who got brought back and punished. You feel me? Like, are you gonna fight? You feel me? Or are you just gonna sit and be complacent? And even how this applies to this, people have been using Kanye's old statements and his publicity stunts and PR stuff to discredit everything he says. Because in all the articles, you feel me, that I was just looking for, the same way that you said, they don't say anything that Kanye says, and all it's saying is Kanye said anti-Semitic stuff, blah blah blah, history of Kanye saying crazy stuff. They're trying
stuff. They're only pushing negative on him, and that might not be the case. Now, I don't want someone watching and saying, "Well, dude, you're siding with Kanye." I'm just saying, I'm just trying to understand what he's saying.
Look, we're siding with the truth.
If you're actually going to post articles, if all these news sources, all these social media outlets, if people are going to say something about something, get some backing on it. Give
citations. Everyone's he said, she said. It's not.
You gotta give. You have to have some evidence, and you have to make sure that you actually know what you're saying, because you could be taking it out of context. You never know. So that's why it's important to be clear on what we say and what the context is. Because I don't want to take it out of context and say that's what he said.
And though, you also have to peep game. You feel me? They're gonna try to make this seem like it's all out of context, but you have to look at what Kanye said and look at Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Nick Cannon said something very similar, about Jewish people, you feel me? And neither of them were on any hating. They said, that they have a lot of power, and they have all of the power in media. You feel me? But he also was canceled, kicked off his show.
Really?
And blackballed, wilding out, you feel me? And they tried to make DC Young Fly take his show over, and he was like, no, I'm not doing this without Nick. You feel me? And they were forced to bring him back. You feel me?
That's
Like anyone who says anything about Jewish people being in control over the media, it gets like brushed over, and they chop you down. The only person that I've seen actually make jokes about it and get away with it is Seth MacFarlane. And that's because he is Jewish. I think he's part Jewish. Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
Again, I get
but like Seth MacFarlane, like from Family Guy, he makes like Jewish writer jokes all the time.
Right.
And there's no problem.
It all goes back to knowing context. But why are people saying what they say? Because I feel like actually, let me just tell you something. I notice whenever somebody gets on an interview, like if I was doing an interview with you, right, or like right now, if like your guest co-hosting, somebody will be like, well, he'll take it out of context. I wouldn't be surprised if this got more views than it does on a regular, and you would have to go on social media and explain yourself, because there's been too many. Literally, I'm not even trying to. Should I?
Look.
Anyway,
look,
go ahead,
I want
go
people
ahead,
to know. I want people to know. I'm gonna say this to you I'm gonna say this to you one time for the one time. I don't give a fuck if you take it out of context. I said what I said. You could try to take it out of context. I don't care. I do not care if you're not trying to punch me in the mouth about it. You feel me? Or bring me facts. Then don't even bring it to me. Don't even, because you're gonna hurt yourself.
Is there anything else you want to say? Anything you got? Anything else?
I think the black community should stand behind Kanye. I think we should stand behind Kanye. I feel like, like everyone's okay with exploiting our culture. But as soon as we say anything about anyone else, true or false, we get whipped. You feel me? Like, this is like back in slavery, you feel me? Like when someone would try to speak out against massa, and they would whip them like in front of everybody. Yeah, I feel like this is that, like, because they're stripping him of all of his stuff, you feel me? Like, it's not like, okay, cool, we're like stripping him of like some of his stuff. No, it's like, because he said anything about us, we're gonna make sure that this man is like grass. Can't do.
All right.
Can't do beep. Beep.
Let me. Well. Anything that anybody says, in my opinion, just saying it, back it up. Give me context. Give me something.
Facts.
I need something.
Citations.
I need something to for it to feed. I need something that will actually prove its point. I don't want
receipts
you to bring something to me that's not what it is, because too many people are saying so many things, and all I want is facts, so we can all literally just know what's up, instead of dwelling on, oh, he said this, and then it becomes a more bigger problem. Because if you don't get stuff right then and there, it becomes more of a bigger problem. It's like,
facts.
And I'm gonna go to commercial break.
Commercial break.
Welcome back to the Adu Show. My guest for today is an artist, literally he is about to be my favorite person that I've had from the moment I started the show up until now. Nothing against anybody else. I love everybody, but let me tell you something. He surprised me, man, because people have told me about this artist, and I underestimated him just a little bit. Out of one picture I saw he took from somebody else, and now he's here. Right here today. He's right next to me. Make some noise at home, wherever you are, for Chipelo.
Thank you, dude. You're hyping me up too much, man.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm not, but I appreciate. Listen. I know when a lot of people see this and they come in and they're like, is he really real? I'm like, bro, literally, this is my treat. Like, usually I get to do this and I love it, but I love, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. I will literally do more research than I usually have to do on somebody. Not even for the show, just be like, and what does he does, and like, because you're just so inspiring, and I like I was telling you off camera, you do so much, and I
You make me blush, bro. Chill.
no, I'm telling, but like he does so much. You perform everywhere, literally everywhere, man. And you're just so crazy with everything you're doing, crazy in such a good way. I'm inspired, man. I don't even know anything about you right now. We just met like literally like 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, bro, I'm already gonna love him. I told Fredo, I said, man, he was like, yo, you gotta meet Benjamin. Yeah, that's a boy. I'm like, bro, I seen him. I was supposed to run into him, and we literally just like went. And it was just like, okay, man, one of these days I'm gonna head up there. And now you're here. Thank you for seriously. Thank you for coming over here. But how you doing? Let me stop talking because man, I'm excited. Yo, he's in the house. He said he didn't want to do it over there. He's in the house, man. What's up, man? How you doing?
No, man, I'm good. I'm super excited to be here. Like I was telling you earlier, like you're like, oh, you want to be on the show? And I was like, you can do it over Zoom. And I was like, looking at clips, and I was like, no, like I gotta do it, like I gotta come here because I feel like it would be a disservice to do it over, like it's just better in person. Also, like the setup is so cool. Like, I didn't even know like you had all this going on. Like you only see like this on the screen.
Yeah.
But like if you tilt the camera, there's like mixers, there's like so much.
Matter of fact, if you want to, we can put that on the show. You can take your phone and kind of like do a little panorama and take a little video because nobody sees. This is what it wasn't like this when I started, but we're gonna show you like a view of how I'm running everything right now.
So this is from my phone. You can see like he has like. Or this is where like your drum was.
Yes.
You got the cover, but then like you got this mixer, which I think that connects to your camera, right?
This
mixer
So this is my headphones. This
is headphones. So then he can hear like right now through his headphones like everything that's going on.
Yeah, everything.
And then you have the monitor, which I guess that connects to the machine behind us. Mm-hmm. And then you have this mixer, which is like the big daddy one.
Yes.
The laptop, which connects to this. Like there's like so much that's
Yeah, man. I'm grateful for this. People when they see the show, they're like, oh, it looks big when you see it. I'm like, nah, man, this is really a small room. It feels like home right here. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And I love it because you can do so much with so little.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that, especially with becoming an artist. You feel me? Back in 2020, writing music and trying to get this record out that I had an idea for. I was like, okay, maybe I can do this with little and just start. I always tell people. Just start.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you do not start, you will never know if you will ever be what you think you could be. But I'm not here to preach. I'm just saying, like y'all, a lot of people. I've had people come up to me, and I've said, man, I'm gonna start this and do this, and I'm like, I love it, man. And then like 2 years in, or
I
2
feel
weeks
that
in,
that's like me, where it was like. I agree with what he said. You just gotta go for it. You just gotta start,
Right. And I'm like, bro, you can do so much more. That's why I commend you because you've done so much, especially up till this point. And I know you're gonna do so much. Like if this is, and I know this ain't gonna be the last time you're here, but if this was the first and the last time you are here and I'm interviewing you, I just want to say you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You are doing an incredible job, more than listen. I know. Listen. Hold on, we're gonna talk. Forget about this for a second. We're gonna talk because usually I don't even have to prepare for something like this because I know who. I just know who you are. I have a heart for what you do, man, I feel like you have this vision that is like bigger than what people can even expect from you. And I'm like, what is it? What are you trying to accomplish, bro, with music? Do you have like anything specific, or it's just like whatever happens?
I feel like, or I like my big goal vision is because I want to be like, I guess like I don't want to be like like just like a rapper, like an artist. I want to be like a pop star, where it's like Bruno Mars, how he sings and dances, or like Michael Jackson. Like maybe like I don't think I'm not gonna be at like their level of singing or whatever, but like or definitely like an entertainer, like I don't want people to go to my concerts and be like yeah. I want them to like go to my concerts. He's like, oh, they got costumes, they got like choreo, they got lights, they got all this stuff. I want people to go to a concert and be like, wow, that was like.
Yeah. And I think one of the greatest things about experiencing somebody like you, I mean, bro, if he's, bro, get tickets. If he's performing and he's in your area and he's around this DMV area, and I know he's gonna go out of this DMV area and start touring, because the moment he starts headlining stuff, I'm gonna be like yelling. I'm like, I was here, and I've been here. But like literally, I've had such like I've had one of those moments where it's just like whoa, you feel me? Like I know everybody is a creative and everybody is has some sort of creative aspect to them that's so unique and original, and it's their it's like it's like the OG, but like you like I said before, you have this way where you really just push out this sound of yours, and like it's like we were supposed to talk about this at the end of the show, but I just want to get into this now, like your new release, because I was like, okay, cool, he has this new release. Most people have new releases out there from the people that I talk to, not everybody that I talk to, but from the people I talk to currently, they're not always confident. And you came out with this, man, and I heard the track. I heard a little bit of it. I said, "What? Wow! What in the world? What is this? I don't even know." And then Fredo was like, "Oh yeah, that's Benjamin. That's one of Jason's people. That's all of our people." And I say that to say, I love, and I posted this on Instagram. And this is not the reason why I brought you on here, but I love your heart, but I always am for like people who are not like me, people who are out of my genre, out of my race, out of my ethnicity, out of my craziness. You feel me? And I always wanted, if it wasn't this show, people that I could just connect up with. We don't have to do business together, but if it's just conversation, if it's just inspiring each other, pulling ourselves up, and not just saying it but putting action to it, and challenging ourselves, and maybe even if it does look scary, those things that were like, I want to do this, but then at the same time, I got this fear. But it's like when you do it, it's like, yes, I'm glad I did it. And I want to even do it again. Yeah. And that's where I'm at now, because even this, I'm just like, again, you're talking to a 12-year-old kid in a 20-year-old body. I'm like, I don't even know how I'm doing this. I'm just trying to figure out this whole thing. And that's why I appreciate you, because you represent you in the best way possible. You're the best version of you. I'm just very inspired by you, for real.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much, dude.
Like, no cap. But how did you get your start, man?
Okay, so we gotta go back.
Yes, bro. Take your time. Come on, man.
All right, so basically, like, I used to dance like as a little kid. I was like 4 or 5 years old. I love to dance. It was fun. I remember like at family functions, I start dancing, and then like they'd be like, oh, they make a little circle, and they'd be like, oh, my middle name is Steven. That's why I say Steven. But they'd be like, oh, Steven. Like with my family calls me Steven, but all my friends call me like Benjamin. But they'd be like, oh, Steven, like, like go dance. So I like dance, and I feel like a dancing clown. Every time I didn't need entertainment, we'd be at like family function. They'd be like, oh, put him in the middle, and I would just like dance. And they just watch me. But then I guess I just like didn't like that, because I felt like I was forced to. So then I just like stopped dancing. And then what really inspired me to get into that's what I guess like how I started dancing, and then I just like stopped. And then what got me into music is like like the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, like the soundtrack, like the Spider-Man theme, like it's as a kid, like I was like, wow, it sounded amazing. So originally I wanted to be like a film composer. Like that was like my original goal. Like when I grew up, I was like, oh, I want to be a film composer. I want to make music for movies. But then like how everyone played in like an instrument in 4th and 5th grade, like violin or whatever they played. I didn't play anything, so I can't even tell you what instruments they played. But I never played anything. I don't know why. Maybe I think it was because like you had to rent the instruments, but we didn't have like money like to rent stuff. So like my parents were like, So I thought as a kid, like, oh, if you didn't play an instrument in 4th and 5th grade, like, that's it. Like, you just don't know music. I thought it was like it's something that you either know or you don't. And so then like through like middle school and stuff, I would like dabble in like making beats. There was this one program. I forgot what it starts with like an M, but it was like we used it in middle school like to make like little beats and stuff. And then like in high school, actually okay, we go back to middle school because it connects. I had a friend named Omar, and we were like, dude, one day, you know, we're gonna be famous, so we gotta get famous, and we're like, how are we gonna, like, we should be like actors or something. So we made a pact. I think it was in eighth grade. Eighth grade we made a pact. We're like, all right, we're gonna get famous. And so then the year after that, ninth grade in high school, we took theater together because we were like, you know, you gotta start somewhere. So we're like, we'll take theater, learn how to act, you know, do the school musicals, blah 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 blah. That was like our goal. And so then like I kept doing that because I was like, oh, it's fun, you know, theater, like acting is fun. So I auditioned for like some of the shows, and like, you know, I just got like an ensemble part. So it was like, yeah, okay, it was cool. It was cool because I was getting experience, you know. But then in 10th grade, that's when it was like, okay, I really like, you know, I've been listening to music and I really wanted to do it. So I just like took the initiative. I was like, I'll just like try to learn, you know, piano by myself. So that was the first instrument that I taught myself how to play piano. So like during lunch, you know, sophomore year, junior year, like during lunch, I would just sometimes I would eat by myself and I would eat my food, and then I'd go to like the practice rooms and I would go on YouTube and pull up like it was like the notes would come down, slide down, you could like see what you were playing. So that's every day, like during lunch I would practice that. So that's why like I didn't know like any music theory until I got to college, because I just like taught myself how to play piano. So it was like 2 years or something after like doing that all the time during lunch, you know, I would practice and practice and practice, and I taught myself how to play piano. And then like through that I was like, oh, you know, I taught myself piano, I can probably teach myself other instruments.
Yeah.
So then I learned how to play. I taught myself how to play the bongos, and then the guitar, because there's like genre called bachata. Like it's like Latin music, but I like love bachata. Like dancing to bachata is so fun. So I was like, you know, I love the music so much. You know, I don't just want to dance it. You know, I want to like be the music. So I want to learn how to play it. So I learned piano, the bongos, guitar. Then later I like bass is pretty similar to guitar. Like so I could play like all the instruments that go into the genres, and I can make a song. So then I did that like concurrently while I was like learning how to play instruments. As I was doing theater, we did, what did we do? We did shows. We did like Bring It On, and we did other stuff. But like the choreographer Sean Cosby, she was like you know, like kind of like a mentor to me. She really got me like back into dance, or like doing hip hop and stuff. And then I also joined our high school's Latin dance team. So then we had a coach, Ronald. He was also like a mentor to me because he taught me like, you know, Latin dance and stuff. And so like that's where I guess like my dancing like started again in high school, when I started dancing, like doing theater and like hip hop, and then Latin dance with Ronald, and then me on my own practicing, you know, piano, how to learn how to play instruments. And then like through theater also just like acting. So I just like all that, and I just kept like, you know, doing that every year. We would like do the musicals, I would do the Latin dance competitions, you know, I would like, you know, get better in each. And so then I just like kept doing it into college. And then I was like, I feel like I had enough training where I could like, okay, I should like, you know, try to, you know, I wasn't like the best like singer or the best like whatever, but I knew like I had like performing experience, you know. So I was like, maybe, you know, I could try. So I kind of just like, first I would do like covers, and when I was at St. Mary's I would like start, okay, I don't have a song yet, but I can do like covers of songs, you know, and use that experience like to record. And like, because sometimes I would do like Spanish versions of like English songs, so I would do like, it gives me experience in like, I guess like songwriting kind of, you know. I would always write my own songs and stuff, but it gives me more experience, you know. And then like filming like little music videos, like cover, you know, I just did it just for the experience, because then it got me into like using Premiere Pro, like recording stuff and like editing and like promoting. And then after like, I think it was like a year, after a year of doing it, I was like, okay, I think I have like enough experience where now I can debut like as an artist, you know.
And let me tell you something. Everything you did, everything you're doing now.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, I've seen these covers, and I'm just like, yo, you're on point. You're very talented. You're just sharp about everything you're doing. And I was surprised that let me say, before even this, were you writing any songs whatsoever? Was it anything? Did you release anything?
I did release like
originally.
Yeah, originally no. It was actually originally in high school. Yeah, I took a class. It was like music technology or something. I forgot the name of the class, but he was like with my professor, Mr. Silver. He would teach us how to use FL Studio and we'd like make songs, and so I released stuff, but it was like, it's not good. That's why I took it all down.
Well,
but I was like in middle school. I used to like write. When everyone had like their like little depressed phase in middle school.
Yeah.
I had mine. So I wrote poems during my sad phase.
Oh,
so there's a
lovely.
bunch of sad poems stored in like a book somewhere. But that's where I guess I started songwriting. It was like running poems, and then I went to like songwriting.
That's amazing, man. Well, I gotta say, man, you're definitely just doing. Oh man, you're doing a lot, and you're very inspirational. And of course, you perform for so many people. I mean, you gotta see him perform live. You gotta see him perform live. November 22nd. You will be performing live in Washington D.C.
Yeah.
At Coast to Coast Live. Man, what's up? How, bro? I want to do this now. I want to do it, man. You literally, and this is your first. You're debuting this track, this song. I got like 2 albums out, and I'm working on an album right now. And I'm like, bro, like, I never got called to this. Like, how did you get this connection?
Well, this one was, I think I saw like like a bunch of the things I see was like, it's just like ads, I guess. I see it and then like I do research. I'm like, oh, this sounds kind of cool. Like Coast to Coast, I've been following them for a while, but none of like their shows like were ever like in the area. So I was like, oh, they're like in Houston or like somewhere like, other places I could never go to. So I never did them. And also a bunch of them were like 21 and up shows. So I could, they have some like that are for younger people, but I just like never, well, I didn't have music out then. So I never had music out, so I was like, I seen so many opportunities, but I just didn't have anything out that I could, do. And this time I was like, oh, they're doing one in DC, and I have like my first song. I was like, oh, okay, I'll sign up to do this,
Man, I'm excited for everything that you're doing. Now let's talk about this new release. Your new release. You got to tell me, okay, Cinti.
Yeah.
Talk about it for a little bit, man. What was the concept? What was the idea behind it? How did it come about?
All right, so at first it was like, the first thing was like, I need to put a song out. Like I need to put something out. So before I even like, I had like a beat and I was like, okay, I'll write you this. So I booked like the studio like a week or something like before I even started writing. So I was like, because I'm always like, oh, I'll do it here, but I just like keep pushing it away. So I was like, I booked it, I paid for it, so I have to go. So now I have to write it before I get to the studio, So I was like, my main goal for this song, because it was like a debut release, I just wanted something that was like, something you could play at a party, you could play at a club, and like something that was like catchy, I guess. And those are like my 2 criteria for the song. It has to be like, it has to be like something that you could play at a club, get lit to, and then like it has to be like catchy, people remember it. So that's my criteria for this song. So I was like just looking on like, all right, well, like, what can I write it about?
Yeah, man, it's doing well. People are gravitating towards it. I jumped on it. I was like, man, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be big. Now let me say something before I let you go. I just want to let you know that you are the first person that we've had in the history of me doing this show in person as a guest. We've never had anybody as a guest in person. We've had 3 people stop by here as a guest co-host, but we've never whatsoever. Everybody from 2020 to 2022 up until now has been on this television you see right here. I've because some things I remember. I don't even need to like go back. I'm like, I remember every single episode, and I love everybody. Yo, it's kind of weird because usually when people are here in person, I have them for a longer slot because they're basically doing my job. But it's just like, thank you for doing this. You're amazing. Now I can say like I actually have had both type of people: guest co-hosts, guest appearances, guests. Thank you for stopping by.
Of course,
you're
man.
Amazing. Please come back when
of
you
course,
ever
dude,
you want
of course
to.
I will.
Like no, and I say that because you are going to be big. You're already growing. I don't know where you're gonna go. I might not even be in touch with you because you're gonna get too big and you're gonna have security.
No.
Or management tell me, oh, he can't because he. And I'm like, no, I was there. He has heart for me. I think I'm okay. But like, no, but and oh, by the way, I just want to say because I know we haven't talked about this, but I'm just claiming this as a future thing. We're doing something big together. I don't know what it's gonna be, but we're gonna do something big. I don't know what it is.
It's a secret. You guys aren't allowed to know yet.
Yeah, it's
coming up.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Sing T is available now everywhere music is sold. Chipelo, my American self. Stick around. There's more of the Adu Show after this. That's all the time that we have for today.
If you would like to view clips from today's show, just head over to a dude's YouTube channel for more exclusive content. Also, if you want to stream full episodes of this show, you can do that shit. Since this show is on all streaming platforms, I'm sorry, that was a little loud. On all streaming platforms, you gotta keep it smooth. And we are available for download on Google Play Store and the App Store. And finally, make sure to tune in to the Adu Show every day, only on YouTube.com. Yeah, baby, and all other streaming platforms.
I don't know what to say at this point. But thanks for stopping by the show, for real.
I'm glad to be here.
No, like, for real, though. You should come back.
No, real shit. I bought some new jewelry today. I was like, I wanted to go somewhere, look cool as shit.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man.
Beep.
Where do I go, man?
Beep, beep.
You should come. Season 2 is going to be...
Season 2. Stream it.
Yeah, oh, wait. Only on Hulu.
What do you say at the end of the show?
You never watched the show.
Beep. I've never seen the end of the show. You feel me? I'll start, and
everybody
having to do shit.
Everybody starts. Okay.
I look at my phone. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I gotta go back to work. Music not gonna mix itself.
Okay. I'm gonna say what I always say. Stay cool, live life. This is not the end of him. He's coming back. Stay cool, live life. Until next time.